So you or your staff paint this?
I actually do most of the painting myself. I do have help with some of the artists that do help me in my studio, especially if I'm flying off to a city and I haven't finished the water or something. I do have people that do help me. The cutting and gluing is done in my studio. I myself used to do everything years ago. I don't do any of the cutting anymore.
Wow.
I have staff that helps me, and that's probably why they look so good.
Yeah.
If I was doing everything myself, they wouldn't look so good. Because
Right.
there's so much labor involved in my artwork, between hand painting, the hand cutting, the embellishing of the Swarovski crystals. But when somebody sees this piece of artwork, and we sell them as sculptures, the football helmets, and I've done them for, you name the football player or the team, they have my artwork.
Really? So are these given to the players? Or
sometimes they're given during these events, during Super Bowl. Sometimes I donate a lot of my artwork to raise money for grassroots organizations within those cities during Super Bowl with different organizations. And I've usually set up a booth of my artwork in, whether it be with Major League Baseball at All-Star Game. They set up like a museum exhibit at a convention center or at the stadium. And I always show my artwork there, and we sell them.
Wow.
And so anybody can purchase my artwork.
So what do some of your pieces sell for, may I ask?
A helmet like this would be between around $5,000 to $6,000, and it comes in a plexiglass box.
Because the way I'm touching it,
Right.
you want it in a plexiglass. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Wow.
Some of the...
You even signed this one. That was nice.
Yeah.
Is it more if you sign it?
I signed them all.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, okay, and then what about one of the big...
The serigraphs, they're around 2,000 to 4,000 in that area. They're usually sold framed. We sell them to the art galleries unframed, and then they frame them in their whatever way that they think their customers would like.
I know you and I met at the, many years ago, at least we didn't meet, I saw you there, at one of the muscular dystrophy galas.
Right.
You did a lot of work with muscular
I
dystrophy,
do.
you mentioned. Tell us how that's been for you and the other nonprofits that you work with.
Well, many years ago, I started working with local charity, and I always tell young artists this: if you want to get your work known, best way, and it does a lot of good and makes you feel really good to give, is to get involved with a local charity. And I did that many years ago, and I was thought of, you know, what do I have to offer as an artist? But my work is very well sought after, and it raises a lot of money and has been raising, you know, tens of thousands through the years for different organizations. MDA approached me early in my career. I don't have anybody personally, thank God, you know, affected by the disease, but they've made me a vice president of their national board, and I've been doing all sorts of projects through the years, working with the kids at summer camps and doing all sorts of things, because they've just been really wonderful to work with. And create sometimes a 3D piece. They're muscle team events in New York.
Right.
This year I'm doing a really cool project with Food Emporium in New York City.
Yeah, I know this
and they're printing 50,000 of these bags. They're all made from recycled materials, and they'll be sold at all their Food Emporium outlets. I'll be doing signings in New York City with them, and the bags are going to go, a big portion of the proceeds will be benefiting MDA.
Wow, and then you live in New York, so you may be using these when you shop.
Yeah, I can't wait to New York City to see the bags going by on the street. It's going to be kind of fun.
50,000 of them. I'm sure you'll see a bunch on the street.
Yeah.
This is great. Wow.
So I've been doing a lot of work with charities, and I always tell, like I said, young artists that it's a great way. It's for to get yourself a new audience. Art galleries are sometimes very intimidating for people to go into. So for me, it's been sort of a selfish thing, because working with all these charities, it's raised a lot of money for them, but it's also shown my work to people who maybe never would have seen it.
Right.
So it's opened my work up to a whole new audience of people that first saw my artwork at a charity art auction.
Right.
Or, you know.
We have to take a break. We come back, we want to talk about how you're able to develop this yearning to be an artist and make money at it too, because I'm sure you do well with that. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Thank you so much for joining us. Charles Fazzino is here. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Let's Talk. We have international artist Charles Fazzino here to talk about his artwork. And now we'd like to talk about not only the business of being an artist, but also where your work is seen internationally. Tell us what it's like to travel in different parts of the world and see your work.
Well, it's one of the things as a kid I always loved to do was travel. I used to have an aunt that my uncle worked for a wine company and was a distributor, and all over the world they traveled. And he used to tell me stories about traveling. So it always stuck in my mind when I started doing my artwork, and I come from a very international family, a little bit of Spanish background. My mother's born in Finland. I'm actually have dual citizenship with Finland and the United States. My father is Sicilian, Italian, but American born. So I always wanted to have my work internationally known. Many years ago at events, I partnered with a couple of galleries in different countries, and it just, I guess because of the nature of my subject matter, Broadway in New York seems to be the most popular thing outside of the United States. They love New York. And I travel all over the world to different galleries, every place but South America. I don't think I have any galleries in South America, but all over Europe and Asia, there's galleries showing my work in most major cities. And we're just opening up right now. Actually, June 1st opens up a gallery in Helsinki, a Fazzino showroom it's called, which is all my artwork. And it's been very popular in Germany, France, and the Netherlands. And it's great because a lot of my work is shown in New York City. A lot of people that first got to know my work internationally was through the galleries in New York. So it's an interesting combination. But it's a wonderful feeling. I've been doing events and so forth. This summer I did a big event in Scandinavia called the Pori Jazz Festival. I did the artwork for it. And so what I've been doing lately has been theming events. So besides Super Bowl and All-Star Game in this country, I themed the event for the Jazz Festival, and the whole town was done with my artwork, and did the official poster and tickets and all that sort of thing.